All right, guys. So let us start the class here.
Cut off the light for more than 4 hours.
Oh, okay, okay. That's unfortunate. Okay, Abu Bakr is also here. Let us start the class. So in the previous class, guys, we did learn about different types of bloods. Namely, there are 8 different blood types. But as per the recent studies, I think that you should be updated with that. That they are about scientists have, based on the RH factor, they have identified more than 40 types of bloods. Anyways, you don't need to go there, but just know that it's not just 8 different type of bloods are there. But to be very accurate, when you talk about the researches being done, so there are about 40 different type of blood groups, but major blood groups are 8, namely. Okay, another thing is that each drop of blood would contain about 200 to 300 million red blood cells. So you can imagine how many red blood cells are there in just a drop of blood. Getting it now? Then we did also learn about how blood groups are determined. So blood groups are determined on the basis of the proteins found on the red blood cells and the antibodies found in the plasma. But we were learning about the proteins, right? So if the type A antigen is present on the blood group on the red blood cells, thereby the blood group is A. If type B antigen is present, it's group B. If both of them are present, it's EB. But if none of them is present, so thereby it is group O. Getting it? So that is something which we learned in the previous class. Oh, okay, Priyanka, you are facing some network issues. Okay, okay, I understand. Okay. Furthermore, we are going to learn about how do we determine whether you have a positive blood group or negative blood group. Okay, now, so this is what we are going to be learning in today's class. Okay, I want all of you to have a look at this image first of all. Try to observe this image. Okay, all these are the red blood cells of different blood types. Okay, now, so just look at this. For example, compare these two images. Compare the images in the first column. This one, AB plus and AB negative. Do you find any difference in the two? Do you guys observe any difference? Yeah. Likewise, look at the other blood groups also. What difference do you find? Like in each of the column, this column, and this column. Yes.
The +1, the RD factor is there, and in the minus it's absent.
And the minus, it is absent. Very good observation. Okay, now others are also able to notice this. Yes, Suleiman, how are you? Okay, now. So here we get to see that if the blood group has Rhd factor present on them, so thereby it is going to be positive blood group. But if the Rhd factor is absent, so thereby it is going to be a negative blood group. So the positive or the negative sign in the blood group here basically refers to Rhd factor, or in general, just remember this as Rh factor. How you guys are going to remember this as Rh factor simply. And what is this Rh factor? It is simply a type of protein that it is another type of protein found on the surface of red blood cells. Just like antigen is a protein found on the surface of red blood cells, similar to that, there's another type of protein called as Rh factor that is found on the red blood cells. Okay, now. So on those red blood cells on which the Rh factor is present, they are going to be called as positive blood groups. On those red blood cells on which it is absent, that will be negative blood type.
Sir,
Yes.
can you tell from beginning because I didn't hear properly?
Okay. See, I'm going to revise this topic once again. See what happens. Like previously, we have learned about the different kind of blood groups. We did learn about blood group A, B, AB, and O, namely, right? And we did learn about why they are classified in such a manner. Because in some of them, the protein A antigen will be found. In some of them, antigen B is found. In some of the red blood cells, both the antigens will be present. You guys know about antigens or antibodies. They are kind of protein found in the cells, in the red blood cells. Getting it now? On the surface of the red blood cells. They are kind of protein. Getting it, guys? Also, like in the previous classes, yeah, in the previous classes, you guys would have learned about this, that you'd have learned about protein. Huh?
Yes,
Like
sir.
our cells, our skin cells, they contain protein in them. They all made up of protein. Huh? Our blood also contains protein. Protein, we know about protein that they are the body building substances present in the food, isn't it? They are called as body building substances, and they also has the function of repairing the damaged tissues, damaged organs in our body. So it is obvious that different parts in our body will be made up of protein. So like these antibodies or antigens, they are made up of proteins. Okay. So this kind of protein, antigen A is present, so thereby it's blood group A. B antigen is present, it's blood group B. Both of them are present, blood group AB. None of them present, blood group O. Right? That thing all if you know. Then talking about how we determine whether it's O positive, O negative, B positive, B negative, or A positive, A negative, or like this. So that is because of another type of protein called as Rh factor present on the surface of red blood cells. So the one that you see in the black color, black dot, it is representing the Rh factor. What is Rh factor? It's a type of another protein present on the surface of red blood cells. So if it is present, it is going to be a positive. If it is absent, it's going to be a negative blood group. So hope
So
that,
which is the best blood group?
which is the best blood group. So see, a lot of factor has to be classified. Like which is the best blood group? There's a two way to look at it. Like we know about O negative. So O negative is the universal donor. So this means that a person with any other blood group can receive the O negative blood group. So O negative blood group, we can classify this as the best blood group. We can classify this one as the best blood group in terms of donating, right now. So thereby O negative is a universal donor, and we can say that it is good. Okay, na? Also, some of the people with some particular blood groups, they have health advantages, more health advantages. Like if people have the type O blood, so they are having less chances of heart attack, heart stroke. Getting at what I'm trying to say? In studies, it has been shown that people with blood type O are less prone to heart attacks. They are less likely to be attacked with the to develop clots in their bloods. Getting it now? Getting what I'm trying to say, guys? But it is not very certain. Even people with blood type O can have cardiac arrest, can develop clots in their bodies, can develop blood clots in different parts of the bodies right now. But in some studies, it is being said that blood type O is considered very healthy, because generally studies have shown that people with blood type O have lowest risk of heart attacks and low risk of developing blood clots in different parts, in different organs of their body. Getting is okay. Then we also learned about universal donor of blood. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So O negative blood is a universal donor of blood. Then we learned
Yes,
about
sir.
universal acceptor of blood. Hmm? Universal acceptor or universal recipient. So thereby we had people with blood type AB positive. The AB positive, that is considered as universal recipient, meaning that he can receive the blood from any person. Getting it now? So thereby a person with AB positive blood group is
Sir,
considered as,
actually, I thought
yeah.
AB positive is good because it has everything.
Hmm.
So I thought it is the best. Sir, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Guys, were I not audible so far?
Are you
Just a
audible?
minute ago. Just a minute ago.
Okay, okay. I didn't know that. How did it turned off? Anyways, there might be some issue in the meeting today. Okay. So what I was saying that people with blood type would be having certain advantages. Talking about the O negative, they are the universal donor. Yeah, someone is saying something in the class. Yeah, Fatima, how are you?
I was not attending the class because I was traveling and I was not in GR. So
Okay.
what chapter did we start?
Yeah, Fatima, we have started a new chapter. Transportation in animals is going on. Okay, na? Transportation is going on. Transportation in plants and animals is going on right now. Okay, na? So in the chapter so far, we have learned about various things, right? In the chapter, we have learned about circulatory system. Hmm. We in the circulatory system, we have learned about blood, different components found in the blood, like red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, water plasma. Those are the things we have learned about. Then we did learn about that the circulatory system, the main circulatory system is made up of namely three parts, namely blood, different type of blood vessels, and the heart. So we did learn about functions of blood, uh, different components found in the blood, like blood plasma, as I was saying, or red blood cells, white blood cells, or platelets. Then we did
So
also learn. Mhm.
we have to complete physical changes and one more chapter, right?
Yeah. See, right after your vacations now, right after your vacation would be over, so thereby the batches would be separated. So the batches have been integrated. Two batches have been integrated for the vacation only, for the duration of vacation only. Once the your vacation, summer vacations would be over, so the batches would be separated. Then we would be doing that chapters also. Okay, now we would go
Okay.
back to do those chapters from where we left the class. So furthermore, we learned about arteries and veins in the class. Okay, na? We did learned about blood capillaries also. Okay, and in the previous classes, we have learned about how do we determine whether a person has A blood group, B blood group, O blood group, or AB blood group. Right now, we are learning about how do we determine whether a person has got a positive blood group or negative blood group. So from here you can continue. And for the previous classes, Fatima, do one thing. You can watch the class recordings, and if you still have any doubts after watching the class recordings, you can ask me in the class. Or if there need be, we can schedule some classes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now there's one more thing I wanted to say, that the AB negative blood group is said to be very rare. It is said to be very rare. Okay. Now very few people have got AB negative blood group. Like it will differ from country to country also. For example, if I were to give you the example of United States of America, there less than 4% of the population have got EB negative blood group. Okay, na? So here in India also we have seen that people have less people have AB negative blood group. Getting at what I'm trying to say? Like in total, if I were to talk about the whole world, in the world there are about less than 1% of the people who have got AB negative blood group. So thereby it is the rarest of all the blood types, isn't it, guys? So type AB is the rarest of all the blood types, with just 1% of the population of the world having this blood group. Is that much clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So you guys answer this question to me, that a negative blood type has RH factor present in them or absent in them.
Sir, what?
Absent.
Yeah, one of you answered correctly. Let me repeat the question.
Sir,
The people with negative blood types, they have RH factor present in their red blood cells or absent?
Absent.
they're absent.
Absent. Got this, na? Abu Bakr, Aman, you guys getting it now?
Yes,
Fatima, you also understand this concept. See, on the surface of red blood cells, there are different kind of proteins found. Okay, na? So there's a protein called as RH factor. So if it is present, it's positive. If it is absent, then it is negative blood type. But I think you will have to watch the recording in order to completely understand the concept. Okay, na, Fatima? Okay, guys, answer these given questions in the chat box. All of you.
Okay, sir.
All of you know where you have to answer. On this ID, do not answer on the another ID. And if it is not visible, please let me know. And answer them as question number 1, 2, and 3 like this. And in question number 2, what determines blood type? So here you have to mention about both the type of proteins we have learned. You have to tell about the type of protein found, which will determine whether it is A, B, AB or O, or also on what basis a blood group will be determined as negative or positive. Second question, you guys getting what I'm trying to say?
Sir, no.
I'm saying that what determines the blood type, meaning that whether a blood group is A, B, AB, or O. So how do you determine it? Okay, you guys have learned about that. On the basis of type of antigen present on the red blood cell, it will be determined. Furthermore, you have to also answer in this one. Okay, do one thing. This will be, you will be having difficulty to type in the chat box. So we'll be doing this second question in the class. Okay, I will be asking one by one. So you guys answer the question number 1 and 3 only. Yeah, Priyanka, for the first one, your answer is correct. Yeah, Abu Bakr, very good. Your answer for this first one is also correct. Yeah, Shreya, your answer is also correct. Good. For the third one, Priyanka, it's not
Sir.
correct. Remember what we learned? Yeah. Priyanka, Shreya, and Abu Bakr, you guys have answered. What about others? If okay, Fatima, no worries. Okay, na. Suleiman, I'm waiting for your answer. And Aman, I'm waiting for your answer also. Yeah, now it is correct. Priyanka.
Okay, sir. Sir, I forgot to add negative signs, sir.
Mm-hmm. But you have written it before. It's written after, usually. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So which blood group is called as the universal blood donor? So universal blood donor is O negative, right? And universal recipient is AB, positive or negative? AB, positive, right? Very good. So what is the rarest blood type? So we have learned about this in the class. We did learn about AB negative, right now? So that is AB negative is the rarest blood type found in about less than 1% of the population. Getting it? Okay. You might have heard or might not have heard of the term uh, royal blood. Anyone heard of this term like a royal blood?
No, sir.
So see,
Sir,
like,
is it O?
is it?
O? Is it
Oh,
O positive? Yeah.
see, not O positive. I'd be saying that like
Sir,
AB,
ABO?
not
ABO.
ABO. No, ABO is the blood system. No? It's the blood system.
AB
Okay, no?
blood.
AB.
AB positive.
See, basically, the people with negative red blood groups, no, they would be considered as people with having a royal blood. Okay, no? People with having a negative blood group, they would be generally considered as having a royal blood. Getting it, guys? What I'm trying to say.
Hi, sir.
Yes, there are some advantages of it actually. Okay, no? There are some advantages of having negative blood groups. Okay, what advantages are, that is not really important, but just know that people with the negative blood types would be generally said to have a royal blood. Getting it? Okay. Furthermore, talking about question number 2. So here we have learned that type of antigen present on it will be determining whether it's going to be A, like if it's A antigen is present, so thereby the blood group will be A now,
B.
right? If B antigen is present, thereby the
B.
blood group will be B. If both A and B antigen is present, it's
A.
AB.
AB.
Very good. And if none of them are present, so thereby it is going to be
O.
O. Very good. Now do tell me that if RH is present on all of them, so thereby it will be
Positive.
positive now.
Yes,
All of
sir.
them will be positive, right? And if it is
Suppose
absent,
RM
RH,
negative is
yeah,
absent.
then it would be negative now. Good.
Yes, sir.
See, RH is a kind of protein found on the surface of red blood cells. Okay, no? It's kind of protein present on the surface of the red blood cells. There are different kind of proteins found in the red blood cells. We have antigen. It's a protein found on the surface of red blood cells. Similar to that, RH factor is also there. Okay, so that topic we have finished so far. If you guys have any questions so far, please let me know. Okay, now because the next topic we'll be learning is about the pulse. So we'll be learning about pulse and pulse rate.
Sir, did
So
we take notes about this AB or blood group?
repeat again.
And did we take any notes about this AB or blood group?
Yeah, about this one. No, right now you guys haven't taken any notes. I would be telling you guys to take the notes. Okay, now just wait for a minute. Okay, no. So talking about the pulse and pulse rates right now. So you'd have heard about the term like pulse. As we know that the heart pumps the bloods into veins or arteries. Answer this to me.
Arteries.
In the arteries, very good. So heart would be pumping the blood into the artery, and due to the continuous pumping of the blood in the arteries, it would result into a rhythmic throbbing in the arteries. Like if you were to place your fingers on your palm, like over here, where a artery is present, here a thick artery is found. Okay, na? So what happens due to the pumping of the blood in the arteries, a rhythmic throbbing, meaning that kind of, you can explain it in this manner, like kind of a vibration or kind of a rhythmic throbbing, you can see. So when you place your fingers on your palm, so thereby you can observe this. Like all of you can do it in the class. Do one thing, take your fingers and place it on your palm like this. Okay, now so you can observe a throbbing sensation, like something is moving up and down, moving up and down. Try to move your finger here and there, you can observe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is that? Basically, what is happening as the human heart pumps blood into the artery, yeah, pumps blood into the artery. So thereby, because of that pumping of the blood into the artery shows some movement. Getting it? Just like for example, like you see a water pipe. When you hold a water pipe into which water is running at great pressure, at great force, so the water pipe will seem to show some vibration, some movement when you hold it, huh?
Yes.
Right now, so it's the kind of similar thing, like the um, water pump is pumping water into the pipe now. Just like water pump, with great pressure it pumps water into the water pipe, so thereby when you touch the water pipe, it seems to be kind of moving or vibrating. So in the same manner, imagine our heart that of the water pump. In place of water pump, imagine that we have the human heart. So human heart would be doing the same thing. It would be also pumping the blood into the arteries. So because of that pumping of the blood into the artery is going to show some movement, and it would be showing that movement in a rhythmic manner. It's not like sometimes it will be very high, then it will go down, it will be very high and will suddenly go down. No, it's a rhythmic contraction. You guys understand what is rhythm? Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Getting
sir.
it? So in that manner, you will observe a rhythmic throbbing sensation in your near to your pulse, near to your palm. So that is the pulse. That is called as pulse. Right now. Furthermore, if you were to see for example, you guys can do this in the class also. Like if you have a stopwatch, set the timer of 1 minute and place your fingers on your palm, near your palm, and observe the number of times you observe the throbbing, number of times you observe a jumping sensation in that nerve. So in under 1 minute or in under 60 seconds, the normal rate at which you will observe the vibration would be about 70 to 80 vibrations in 1 minute. Getting it now? That is 70 to 80 vibrations in under 1 minute. You guys getting what I'm trying to say? So you guys can also try to do this. So that will be called as pulse rate. That will be called as pulse rate. Okay, now? So one of you please read this given paragraph. Fatima, you read
How
this
can I
given paragraph. Yeah.
Pulse rate. Pulse rate is the number of times the blood flows from capillaries that are caused due to contractions in a minute. A pulse rate can be accurately measured from the earlobe.
So there are various places from where the pulse rate can be accurately measured. Okay, no? More accurately, it can be measured from the earlobe, but although we'll have to take help of some special instruments in that case. But in generally, the most obvious way to measure the pulse rate is by placing your fingers near the palm. So here it basically shows you the number of times the blood would be flowing from that nerve, or particularly arteries. So it's the kind of number of times the blood is flowing from that artery. Getting it now? Furthermore, you'd have heard of the term heart rate also. You know, the pulse rate and heart rate, both of them are very closely related. Pulse rate and heart rate are closely related. Getting it? Like what do we know about heart rate? Read the first paragraph. This one. Yes, one of you please read the given paragraph. Guys, am I audible in the class or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shreya, read the first paragraph.
Heart rate is the speed of the heartbeat measured by the number of contractions of the heart per minute, ppm. The heart rate can be vary according to the body's physical needs.
So when we talk about the heart rate, so there we know about the number of times the heart would be beating in a minute. That is considered as the heart rate. Getting it now? Meaning it's kind of the beat per minute. The number of times the heart would be beating in 1 minute. Getting it? Also, like one beat is like if you were to have you guys ever observe the sound of the heartbeat, it kind of produces a lub dub sound like this. It gives a lub dub sound kind of like this. Hmm. So talking about the human heart rate, it would be the number of times the heart would be beating, right? And later on, while we will be learning about the how the human heart beats and um, how is how specifically it happens, so there we will get to know about. They will be learning in detail about that thing. Okay, no? So as of now, what we have learned about the pulse. So we have learned about the pulse that the blood would be pumping the heart would be pumping the blood into the arteries, and there would be a continuous pumping of the blood happening in the arteries. So it results in a rhythmic throbbing, which is called as pulse. So that this rhythmic throbbing is called as pulse. This is called as pulse. And how many the rate at which the throbbing will be taking place, the rate at which vibration will be taking place in under 1 minute, that will be called as pulse rate. You guys understood this now? So from here we'd be continuing, but before that, you guys would be required to take notes from here. Up to capillary, everyone was done writing down, no?
Sir.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys wrote about these points also, no? About
Yes.
Karl Landsteiner? What was the major work of Karl Landsteiner?
Creating the ABO blood group.
Very good. ABU blood group system was given by him, and he also received Nobel Prize for that. So you would be giving the topic blood types.
So should we write?
Yeah, you guys have to give this topic first of all. Blood types and determination.
So blood types and
Determination.
okay. Sir.
It's written on the screen. So the first point you will be writing down that there are 8 types of blood based on the type of protein present on the
So the chapter's name is transportation of blood in plants and animals, or transportation in animals and plants.
yeah, that's the chapter, Fatima. Transportation in plants and animals. Okay. So there are 8 types of blood based on the type of protein present on the surface of red blood cells. Namely, they are A positive, B
Sir,
positive, yeah,
like after there are 8 types of blood. After that, what is it?
based, BASED. Okay, now based on the
Base.
type of protein present on the surface of red blood
Okay.
cells.
Sir.
So, namely, they are A positive, B positive, AB positive, O positive, and A negative, B negative, AB negative, and O negative, like this. Furthermore, you will be writing down the type of antigen determines the type of blood group.
Sir,
Here you will write down present. Yes, just let me do some correction. Yeah, I'm listening.
like for the like points, can we write it also like ABC?
A, B, C. Yeah, of course you can do that as per you like. Okay, no need, no worries about that. The type
Okay,
of
sir.
antigen present on red blood cell determines
Sir,
the blood type. Yeah,
second one is it normally or namely?
namely. Okay, now and presence of Rh factor determines whether it is positive or negative. So if Rh factor is present, so thereby it will be positive blood group or negative.
RH factor is present, it would be positive, and
Is that
absent, it would be negative.
is that correct? What about others?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
So that is the case. All of you write down this and do let me know once you guys are done.
So, what was the name of the thing? If it's not present in our body, our blood group will be O.
Repeat again, Fatima.
What's the thing name that you told that if we don't have any protein in our body, so our blood will be O?
So blood would be O.
It was something like O R A
Okay.
bread.
Okay, I was saying about the people who are having blood type O. So they would be having blood type O. So it means that they neither have A antigen, neither have nor have B antigen present on the surface of red blood cell. That is the first thing. Okay. So they would be having O blood type. Okay. Now, furthermore, if RH factor is present, it would be O positive, and if RH factor is absent, it would be O negative. Another thing I did told about the blood people with blood type O, that in the studies it has been found that people with blood type O are less prone to be uh, less prone to heart attacks and less prone to develop blood clots in different parts of their bodies. Like sometimes people develop blood clots in the lungs, in their legs, like that. Blood clot, you guys understand now, when blood would be condensing at some place inside the nerves, right? And that's how a
Done, sir.
person suffers from heart attack. Like how does a heart attack happen? When the passage of blood in the arteries or the veins would be blocked due to either high amount of fat present inside the blood vessels or due to
So,
clotting of the blood. Yeah.
B positive are the most common one, right?
B positives, yeah, they are the
Yeah.
common, they are the most common ones. B positive.
Okay.
Okay, now while AB negative would be one of the rarest blood. Okay, all of you done writing this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Good. So hope that is clear to everyone.
Sir, I wasn't done.
Not done? Okay, okay. Write down it. Write it down. Also, also, like in general, if we want to know about the heart rate, so thereby we would be first of all measuring the pulse now. So heart rate and pulse rate, both of them are very closely related. Getting it now? Also, pulse rate cannot just be measured it can be measured by checking the artery in the neck also. Like there's a type of artery present in our neck also. So many times you'd find that doctors would be placing their fingers near the neck also in order to check whether the pulse is working or not, whether the heart is functioning or not. You guys ever saw that like in movies or like in somewhere you'd have seen that,
Yes, sir.
like in order to check whether a person is alive or dead, if they are not very sure by checking their pulse from the palm, so they'd be placing their fingers near to a artery called as carotid artery present in their neck. So that is also one of the thing. So I was saying that pulse rate and heart rate are very closely related to each other, because by checking out the pulse rate you get to know about the heart rate. Okay, no? Both of them are related because it is related to the activity of the heart, right? Now, like usually the pulse rate would be, it would be slightly higher than that of the heart rate. Okay, no? It would be usually higher than. Okay, all of you done now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then write down these important points also.
Okay, sir.
Next, you'd be writing about this paragraph. First of all of you simply write down this whole paragraph. The one which I have cancel, you don't have to write down.
Okay, sir.
So a very basic thing is, a very important thing is that one should be cleared of the terms like pulse rate or heart rate, blood pressure. These are the concepts that should be very clear. So you'd be learning about like those things also. as we have learned about pulse and pulse rate, and pulse rate is very closely related to the heart rate. Then we'll be learning about blood pressure also, because many times we confuse blood pressure with heart rate or pulse rate. Both are different things. Okay, no? Like the blood pressure is basically the force of your blood while it would be moving through the blood vessels. It's the force with which the blood would be moving in your blood vessels. Right now, so sometimes if it is high, people would be uncomfortable. If it is low, then also people would be will be uncomfortable. Getting it? No? Okay, you all would have sometime measured your blood pressure, like using a nowadays like machines are also available at home. You can purchase that, and you can check your blood pressure using the blood pressure machine yourself as well. The blood pressure monitor, basically, I'm talking about. All of you done writing this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, you can write it quickly. Done, all of you? Okay, for those of you who are done, give the topic pulse, P-U-L-S-E.
Sir, in the next page, or we can
Done,
write
sir.
down.
Continuing from next, continuing in continuation. Okay, now.
Done, sir.
Okay, I'm changing the slide. Okay, so in the case of pulse, you will be writing down that here you'll be writing the following points. You'll write down that the continuous flowing of blood in the arteries. Here, why we are talking about arteries, you guys understand, no? Because the pumping of blood usually happens in the arteries only. Okay, and that's why we are talking about arteries only and not about the veins. Okay, so the due to the continuous flowing of blood, or more specifically, it would be better to say pumping of blood. Okay, now, so the continuous pumping of blood in the arteries results in a rhythmic
Sir,
throbbing. Yes.
I wrote flowing.
Okay, no worries. If you have written flowing, that is also okay. Okay. So the artist results in a rhythmic throbbing, which is called pulse. Is called as pulse. Next, talking about the pulse rate. So pulse rate will be defined as the number of pulses, pulse beats in 1 minute. Like in 1 minute, how many that how much how many times you observe that throbbing sensation right now. Like while I have placed my fingers on my palm, so in 1 minute I will observe that I would observe that throbbing sensation for about 70 to 80 times. Okay, no? So it can be about 72,
Yes.
73, 75, or 78, or up to 80. Here, Fatima.
Done, sir.
I
Done?
don't
Done,
feel any throbbing sensation unless I move my finger.
Yeah, you'd be observing that right now. So pulse rate is defined as the number of pulse beats per minute. Pulse beats per minute. For normal person, the normal pulse rate would be around 70 to 80 beats per minute. Okay, now 70 to 80 beats per minute. Write down this much and do let me know. After this, we'll be learning about how it is related to heart rate and what are the similarities between the two. Also, you can understand pulse rate in this manner. By the way, here also by placing your finger here also, sometimes we can observe the pulse rate. Okay, no? So pulse rate is the basically number of times the heartbeat should be felt at various points inside our body in 1 minute. We can understand that also, and thereby the pulse rate would be reflecting the health of the heart. If the pulse rate is high, so thereby the heart might not be functioning properly. If the pulse rate is low, so thereby the heart might not be functioning properly. So kind of it's a reflection of the health of the heart also. Can't we think of it in this manner? Yes. So pulse rate is basically the number of times the heartbeats are felt at various points on the body per minute. So in that basis, on in that manner also it can be understood. And pulse rate, it's a very vital indicator of our health. It's a very important indicator of the health. All of you done writing this?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, if anyone is left, please let me know.
Sir, I'm almost done.
Okay, okay. Done.